Hello and welcome to the Little Wines Big Ideas podcast with the Early Years Network.
Spooky version.
Halloween edition. Got on my little hat.
You're good.
I missed our Halloween event at the weekend, so I needed an excuse to wear it.
Emily's been poorly again.
Sorry, everyone. I've got tonsillitis and my antibiotics have now given me mouth ulcers. I'm just really not having a good time, if I'm honest.
Second time in Emily's life that she's had tonsillitis.
It's really not good. I'm really not enjoying myself.
Whereas I've had tonsillitis more than I've had warm dinners. And Emily's best friend has multiple times ended up in A&E with tonsillitis, which sounds quite dramatic, but it is rough for a blesser.
It is rough. But I am really struggling. And considering how bad Ben knows it gets, I had very little sympathy from you.
It hasn't been that bad. Your eardrum's not exploded yet. So on a scale of like severity.
I know, but it's just been really... And I think I'm upset I missed the Spooktacular as well.
Yeah, sucks for you.
Which really did.
But nobody wants to be around you when you've got all minging bacteria. That's really spooky, that. The spookiest thing was your tonsils.
Oh, they were horrible. They were scaring me.
Imagine turning up to what have you come as Halloween? Emily's tonsil.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Just gross.
But yeah,
Swollen and... Ugh.
Halloween special. Welcome.
Halloween special.
Because last time Room 101 went down so well, we thought we'd come back with a Ghost and Ghoulies version.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But first, why do you think, and this is Emily, I'm addressing this question too, not the people unable to respond. Why do you think Halloween's so popular? Because with, especially earlier children, the majority of them love it.
Yeah, I think you can get some really good Halloween-themed storybooks, and I think it's a really lovely, children love to read those stories. I know that Tom Fletcher's got the...
there's a back with...
There's a witch.
Fly this, busted.
Children books.
Yeah, no, but we always end up here somehow. Yeah.
There's a witch in my book. He's got that whole series, and that's a Halloween one. One of our girls was reading How Many Sleeps Till Halloween the other day with little pumpkins counting down the sleeps till Halloween. And I think for children, there's really lovely children-friendly ways of introducing Halloween into every day. It's the imagination. You can be different characters. For them, they don't see the scary, spooky side of it yet. It is just, I get to go for a nice long walk in the dark with my parents, get some sweets, dress up really cute. People think I'm adorable. And I get to play with my friends and do spooky activities, but it's not spooky for them.
It must be quite cool because actually for children, it's the one time where adults will embrace roleplay and he'll embrace imaginations and really get on their level with it, because other times there's a disconnect between adults. For the majority, I'm talking very general here.
Yeah.
But the majority of times adults are much more serious and children engage with that. And Halloween's quite magical in that sense because suddenly we disband belief and everyone takes part in this tradition.
Lots of families will dress up as a family unit. So our Halloween event last year, we had one family that all came as the Addams family. And it was so good.
Yeah, and the year before that, the sisters, remember the siblings, they all came as those spooky, was that, I think that was Adam's family.
That was Adam's
inspired,
family,
but
and if you go to Disneyland, Disneyland Paris, I know definitely do it. I don't know about any of the others. At this time of year, they do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Not so scary.
Or Not So Spooky Halloween Party, something like that. And you basically dress up as Disney characters. So everyone dresses up for Halloween, but it's not scary. Whereas if you go to Universal... Have you seen the videos of the Universal Park?
No.
I'll show you when we finish.
What is it they own the rights to? What do they play on?
All sorts.
Do they own Walking Dead? Walking Dead a Disney thing?
Pass, I'm not sure.
Because it's incredible what is Disney in the end. I think it is, because I swear I saw that on the Disney app once, unless I'm talking at my bottom, which is likely.
Universal do a Halloween Horror Nights, and this isn't great for...
This is excellent for podcast material.
Podcast, I'm really sorry. If you've seen it, if you go on YouTube and Google Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios...
Don't play the audio. Oh, it's not music. You'd hate that.
This looks like my worst nightmare.
I'm not sure how well this is picking up on the microphones, but...
So basically, it's like the clown from It. It's like all the other characters, really actual scary characters, and they come towards the gates... And then they open the gates and you walk through the park with all these spooky characters.
What's the scariest thing you've ever done? Which is not real life scary, but as in Halloween scary.
I try and avoid scary at all costs. Like, I remember going to a sleepover once when I was younger, and we watched House of Wax.
House of Wax. I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's probably one of the shittest Halloween movies ever.
There are some bad ones as well.
And I was petrified, and we watched Cabin in the Woods as well.
Cabin in the Woods is a good one.
And I was terrified, and I don't think I've ever watched a scary movie since then. Whereas all my friends love Halloween, like love it. And they will go to the Fright Nights every year.
One of your friends got upset because she wasn't invited to the nursery Halloween event.
And I just said, this is not what you think it's going to be. But they'll go to the Fright Nights every single year. Yeah. And I always say, no, thank you. And they're like, come on. I'm like, absolutely not. Like, this is the one time where I'm like, I will actively say, no, I don't
How did I get
you?
Was it the first year we were together? I managed to convince you to go to the one in Warwick.
That's the scariest thing I've ever done. We went to Warwick Castle on Halloween. Was it on the actual Halloween night?
If not, it was midweek, so there's a high chance it was.
I can't remember. And we didn't do the dungeons. I refused to do dungeons because I went to the Oxford dungeons once, and then that made me poo my pants. And
did you do the dungeons in Madame Tussauds in London? Because you've been there, haven't you?
No, it took me a long time to build up to go to Madame Tussauds after watching House of Wax.
Madame Tussauds has the dungeons there, because they've obviously got live actors down there, so that's quite fun.
No,
but they did in Warwick as well, and you
we did the Warwick Castle. We didn't. It wasn't the dungeons. It was just like the horror.
So you paid extra for the dungeons. Well, this was a couple of years ago, but you paid extra for the dungeons, and then you had, I think it was access to 3 different things, wasn't it? It was like that one, and that one, and you basically walked around Warwick House in different ways. Warwick Castle. Well, it's like a house, isn't it? But
it's a castle.
The house part of the castle, if you like. And you walked around that, didn't you? And basically there was people who jumped out of all sorts of weird and wonderful places.
And I remember they said, did you have to hold the shoulders of the person
on
in front
one
of you?
On one of them, not all of them, on one of them.
That was the scariest one, though.
Because that one where you sort of just walked dead straight, didn't you?
Yeah.
It was like you know when you got those.
To be honest with you, I think I've blocked it out of my mind.
It was like a human cart, effectively.
And they said, and I just had to say to the guy or girl, I can't even know who was in front of me. I was like, I'm really sorry, I'm going to probably break your shoulders.
And then the first one we did was like it was like a normal tour of Warwick Castle, but all the rooms were like haunted.
Oh,
do you remember that? That was the first one we did.
Oh, God, just have blocked it out. I don't enjoy it.
And then outside they had the sort of like light show, but there was loads of people.
Hot chocolate.
To calm you down.
Calm my nerves.
Get a bit of sugar back into you.
I genuinely...
Oh, there was that really good band, do you remember?
Yeah, we nearly booked them for the wedding.
But there was like 8 people listening to them because it was raining.
Yeah.
4 guys. They were really good and really trying to get the crowd into it, but it was just like one woman. It was like, yeah!
But no, I really don't enjoy being scary.
You don't have to be scary. You don't like being scared.
Being scared, sorry. I don't enjoy that. It kind of leads me very nicely into Room 101.
I have to say that I don't think I haven't watched horror films since we've been together.
Ben, I don't watch horror movies. Halloween for me is Halloween Town on Disney.
What's that one? The Sea Stars?
And Hocus Pocus. Sea Stars?
And you like painting candles.
Oh, another glorious day.
You sound like a witch sometimes.
I like to paint pumpkins. We did a pumpkin painting.
That's how you know you and your friends are getting a bit older and a bit more boring. Spectaculars and stuff out the window.
I like to carve pumpkins. Apart from that, I don't enjoy it.
What about as a child?
I went trick-or-treating.
But
that was it. We weren't a scary horror movie type of household.
We weren't a scary family.
We weren't a scary family.
Ours is. We'll start early. The Saw series will begin when he's 3 or she's 3.
Absolutely not.
Do you want to play a game?
No. Okay. We don't want to play a game. Okay, should we jump into Room 101?
No, I don't think that's the premise of the game. I think we have to put things in Room 101.
Okay, let's
I think
open
if
the door.
we go into Room 101, it'll be a really quick show.
Okay, we'll open the door and put something in.
Zoom.
Who's going first?
You can.
Okay, well, my first one is being scared on purpose. Putting yourself in situations to be scared needs to go into Room 101.
Right.
Because
what happens if people enjoy it?
Well, tough. It's in Room 101 now. It can't happen. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, but some people do enjoy it. Some people watch horror films.
So I've got like Scary Movie, Halloween Fright Nights. It can go in Room 101 for me.
Oh, so you've put all these things into one...
It's in one category.
So anything that purposefully scares you.
You put yourself in a situation to be scared, I think this just no.
Just supporting Legion Eye account.
That is terrifying sometimes.
That's a very terrifying experience.
It's just my personal. I don't enjoy the scariness factor of it. So for me, being scared on purpose is going in Halloween room 101.
Do you think you struggle with it though? Because when you were younger, you weren't.
I think it's because I've got massive anxiety, to be honest.
So it's not because as a kid you don't think you were like, if you'd watched it more from an early age?
No, I think it's because I have big anxiety issues now as an adult, and the thought of being scared, that those feelings sit with me. So I would think about it for months.
So you're one of those who struggles to sleep if you watch horror film type thing. You think someone's going. Because when we went away to Cornwall, you struggled to sleep for the first few nights because you thought
this is how I die. Someone's going to come to our little cabin and kill me.
And then the one night that Emily slept like a baby, she left the keys in the door. Ironically,
yeah. But that's my first one. What's yours?
My first one, is it anything to do with being scared? My first one's to do with being a good environmentalist.
Okay, go on then.
I think, and we're the world's worst for this because for Spectacular we went and bought loads of pumpkins. But I just don't like the amount of waste that comes from pumpkins.
Yeah.
It just seems really unnecessary. Like, I get it, it's good fun to carve pumpkins and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But what a waste of food, because at the end of the day, a pumpkin is food.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people like it, admittedly.
Yeah, and we're all hypocrites because we all do it.
Yeah, and it just seems a massive waste. And I get it, they are predominantly grown to then be carved and used for the purpose they've used. Yeah, absolutely, I get it. But it just seems like a waste. Like, can't we carve potatoes and then eat them?
You got to carve a potato?
Yeah. Or a squash.
Could carve a squash, yeah.
Nice butternut squash. That could look quite scary.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one. I've got something similar to that on my list.
I just think, what
They
waste?
say you should give them to animals, don't they? Like foxes and stuff and that eat. But I think not all animals can eat them, so you shouldn't just leave them in the woods and stuff. I don't know.
That'd be weird. What are you doing with a bag of pumpkins going into the middle of the woods? Now that sounds like the start of a horror film, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
So that for me is more of like an environmentalist approach of not so much I'm scared of it, but I just think buying pumpkins for the sake of it and then lobbing them in the bin just seems, I don't know. We all do it, but it just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah. Okay, my second one then, I'm going to go on to this one. It's the pumpkin patches.
All right.
Now,
I've only been to one, ever.
I know. Now, we did it this year. Mm-hmm. We paid £10 per person to get in. Baby was... Yes, it was?
There was. It was £10 overall to get in. It was like £2 something to get in.
Oh, okay, fine. So we paid £10 to go into this pumpkin thing.
Mm-hmm.
We then paid an extortionate amount for the pumpkins.
We did buy like 18.
Yeah, but per one, compared to the supermarket.
So we did put the price out about the photo.
Compared to the pumpkins in the supermarket.
I know, but they're always going to be more expensive because... Like,
I had to wash.
Is what it is.
They were filthy.
You said I washed most.
You washed most of them. They were filthy, and we paid a lot for.
So an extra large one was £8.
That's what I mean.
Well, it's insane because I think it was like
£2.75 for a monster pumpkin,
and for a medium one, it's £4.
I get it because we got some adorable photos of our friend's baby at the pumpkin patch, and she looked so damn cute.
We could have popped her in the box at Sainsbury's,
but we could have done something similar somewhere else. And I just think that pumpkin patches for me, I've done it once. I don't think I ever need to go and pick a pumpkin again.
It
was just an unnecessary morning out.
When I thought,
but I had a lovely time.
When I thought about it, in my head, I was thinking when you go strawberry picking, or when you go to pick up a tree and you do that.
Christmas, yes.
But it wasn't. It was a really muddy and minging experience.
Yeah, half the pumpkins were rotten.
And you had to pull off the vines, and the vines were all like slimy.
And I just, it's been way over romanticized, I think, from America.
It's not as pretty as you think.
No. Going to pick a Christmas tree at Christmas, I absolutely love to do that. That's one of my favourite things to do.
That was like one of your favourite things. Remember we went to New York and they were just selling it at the side of the road?
I just love Christmas.
You were so shocked and surprised by it. But I was like, where do you expect them to get Christmas trees from? We're in the middle of Manhattan.
They're all in Central Park, obviously.
Cut all the trees down.
But yeah, for me, I think I've done it this year. I will probably go again next year and take our friend's baby to a patch, like, fine. But I don't, like, it can go room 101 for me. I'm not bothered.
Fingers crossed your friend doesn't drive through a field again this time.
Maybe not. But yeah, that's what it is for me. I just think,
The patch themselves, then. We're really going for the pumpkins and the pumpkin patch industry in this podcast.
Sorry, everyone. The pumpkin patch that we went to, though, we do actually go to the farm shop.
And it was a really, it was really well organised and lovely.
It was good. It was really good, but there was no need for it. There was absolutely no need for me to go and stand in a slimy field with slimy pumpkins, to be covered in mud, to then have to wash my own pumpkins.
It's less romantic than going strawberry picking or raspberry picking or whatever you do. That's slightly more romantic. But then again, I remember the last time we did that. I was really
too late.
But I was really peed off because there was like none left.
Yeah, we left it too late though. That was on us. That wasn't on the strawberries.
I wasn't actually blaming the strawberries.
Yeah. So that is for my second one.
Okay. Well, my next one, as I'm feeling, because I actually can't remember what it is, and I'm up my notes. Oh yeah. Okay. This one, I'm not bad when it comes to being scared. I don't mind it. I like to watch a horror film every now and again. But for me, one thing I don't like, and this is more like in-person type thing, is masks. And particularly, like when people dress up like to be like a gorilla. Yeah. And like at first, hilarious, funny. But when people just don't take them off and they stay in character for ages, that really freaks me out.
Does it?
I remember when I was a kid, we were in, of all places...
What about like characters then?
What type of characters?
So if you went to Disneyland and you saw a character in costume?
Yeah, it freaks me out a little bit. Mascots, like football.
Yeah.
Sort of creeps me out. I think it's because I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I get that.
And I remember that thing I sent you on Instagram the other day when it was Mickey Mouse and he had Mickey Mouse's head under his arms. It was like some fat Mexican bloke having a cigarette. And I was like, that's who you're hugging. That's really weird when you think about it. But yeah, masks. I remember when we
that video was not from Disneyland, by the way.
Where was it?
It was probably like...
It definitely was. It was Disneyland.
That mask was not a Disney mask. Trust me. That was one of the knockoff ones that we saw in Times Square.
Oh, what? You think it was in New York?
Yeah, it was 100% one of those. It was not an official Disney character.
So you said it's not fat Mexicans?
You would never, ever go to a Disney park and catch Mickey Mouse holding his own head.
Having a cigarette.
Absolutely not.
Those guys in Times Square, though, they are also what I'm talking about.
No, yeah, but that is weird.
That's
I agree with that.
That's creepy as hell.
That's not Halloween, though, Ben.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about masks. Like, okay. I know it's connected to Halloween, then. But costumes. Yeah. I remember when I was in Tenerife as a child, I must have been like 7 or 8, and like downstairs in the hotel we stayed at, there was like it was like a big bar, but they also put on like acts and stuff, like musicians or whatever it might be. And I went to the toilet, and I think they were doing, I don't know where we came from or what relevance he had, because they were doing like hypnotist things. And I went to the toilet, and the next thing I know, a bloke in like full monkey costume walks into the toilet and just stands there and stares at me.
No.
I was like I don't know, like I say 6, 7, 8, whatever I was. That freaked the shit out of me.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then I went out, and I told my dad about it, and we never saw Monkey Man ever again. Like, I had no idea what that was about or what happened, but I definitely wasn't hallucinating. It definitely happened. And ever since then, people in like full masks and costumes freak the living daylights out of me. Like, not immediately, but if they don't break character.
That's the point, though.
Yeah, I know, but I also don't like it. If I go to like Disneyland, I'm prepared for it, because I know like it's like, it is what it is. But it's just like when you're out, like if you go to a Halloween event or something and someone's got a mask on, they just take it too far. Yeah.
Fair.
I just want to shred it.
Do you want my last one?
Yeah. Go on, please.
Okay. Halloween snacks, but not DIY ones. So I'm all for people dipping like strawberries in white chocolate and turning them into skulls. Like that I think is really cute. Like I love that. I'm talking about two specific. Oh. The green cookies from the co-op that you found the other day.
They were grim.
That literally look like mould. Like why are you just making things green?
Somebody just got that wrong.
Like no.
Do you remember years ago when they did green ketchup? I don't know if that was for
Halloween.
Was that Kate's at Halloween?
Yeah. And then this one hurts me, but the Halloween Percy Pigs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's no need to ruin a Percy Pig. Don't make him Halloween flavoured.
Yeah, but to be fair to Percy Pig, he gets involved in like, there was also the Christmas ones out when I bought
they're
Halloween.
Absolutely fine. They're absolutely fine.
Right.
I like Christmas.
But you're just doing this against Halloween.
But those are my two. Like Halloween snacks that you buy that are just normal things turned gross. What is the point? Not DIY ones. I'm not saying that. Like I love the idea of making a Halloween snack. I'm all for that. But the ones that look gross are just a no from me.
Yeah.
I
can't say I'm that opinionated about. I don't associate necessarily Halloween with snacks, I suppose. Toffee apples. Love a toffee apple. Haven't had a toffee apple
for years.
Decades. I'm talking decades now.
Decades.
No, but I used to love a toffee apple.
A toffee apple. A toffee apple.
A stroppy apple. Yeah, I like toffee apples. We don't do apple bobbing ever, do we? I guess it's It's
In fact, that might go in room 101, apple bobbing. The saliva.
also massive drowning hazard for 3-year-olds, I suppose.
Yeah, it would be great. Would
Yeah.
not be great. Okay, go on then. Your third one.
You're my final one.
Yeah.
I literally looked at it 2 seconds ago, but I've forgotten already. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Controversial one, potentially.
Oh, yes, go on.
It might cause the pitchforks to come out. And also, for a lot of people, defeats the whole idea of Halloween. But I don't like trick-or-treating.
Interestingly, neither does someone else.
Who?
The poll you've put on Instagram.
Oh, really? Someone supported me on
Someone
it?
has said trick-or-treating.
My guy or my girl. So actually, it sounds slightly different when you say it that way around, doesn't it?
Just carry on.
Yeah, I don't like it. I thought about this from both sides, and I didn't like it when I was younger. I didn't like going. I didn't really like knocking on people's doors asking for sweets. Felt a bit weird. And it's not something really my mum ever pushed me to do.
Okay.
And I grew up in a village, and there wasn't a lot of kids my age when I grew up. There's more kids in that village now than there was when I was growing up. And so it was just a bit, I sometimes felt a bit beggy, just like turning up people's doors, asking for sweets. It just, I don't know, I always felt a bit uncomfortable with it.
Right.
And now as an adult, I couldn't think of anything worse. Just don't knock on my door, please.
Especially with our dogs. It would drive me. We never put, I think there's a little bit more rules now, isn't there? Like if someone's not got a lit pumpkin outside the door, you don't go to their house.
Yeah.
Like if they're not, if they doesn't look like they want trick-or-treaters, you don't go.
But part of me now wants to go around to like people's houses and put lit pumpkins out, and then the kids knocking on the doors all day.
Imagine our dogs every 5 minutes.
We've got 2 big Dobermans, so people knocking on our doors just would unsettle the households for the night.
Absolute nightmare.
I'm also glad on Halloween night we don't live, like we live in like a busy, we live in quite a busy, what's it called, housing estate type thing, but we're off a side street and sort of nestled away a little bit, whereas if we'd have been on the main road, crikey, our dogs would have just been on patrol all night.
All night long. It sounds like we've got wolves.
But yeah, trick-or-treating for me is just not the one. Like Halloween, I think could still exist and be really good without trick-or-treating. I think it's more of an a whole thing's an Americanism. But just go to like a Friday night or an event.
Don't go to a Friday night.
Or go to an event and do Halloween, or go to a party and do Halloween.
Yeah.
I think it's more of an American thing, isn't it?
Yes. Halloween is very big in America though, isn't it?
Yeah. This is a completely different tangent, but did I ever tell you years and years and years ago, someone put a complaint into the nursery about Halloween and said it was like basically Satanism.
Oh, right. Yeah. Because you celebrate the devil.
Yeah. And it shouldn't be done. And that we were basically abusing children as a result. It's like, it's a bit much. It's just...
Not everyone celebrates Halloween.
But it wasn't even...
Christmas.
But it wasn't even like we'd all dressed up like somebody was dressed up as like SpongeBob or something like... Do you know what I mean? It wasn't that deep.
From the Three Little Wigs.
Like, it's not that deep. It's not like we were all coming in and like, all right, children, today we're going to do a seance. We're going to try and resurrect the dead.
Talk to.
It was literally just like, it's no different really to World Book Day.
Yeah, fair.
Do you know what I mean? Like in the grand scheme of things, World Book Day, you can dress as whatever the hell you want to. And Halloween in early years world isn't far off that, is it?
Could you imagine? This year for World Book Day, we're all going to dress up as characters from the Bible.
But it's
any other religions just don't count.
But it's just a bit more spooky. World Book Day, isn't it, effectively?
It is.
No one's actually trying to scare kids. Could you imagine? Imagine if we actually held a spectacular and tried to scare them.
We always hold a spectacular, and Ben, I always have to remind him every year who his target audience are.
Yeah. This year, it wasn't scaring people necessarily that I went over the top with. It was the fire department.
Yes, Ben bought a fog machine and thought, I'm going to do it inside. And we all said he didn't need to do it inside, but he did. Set the fire alarm off.
Yeah, we had to silence it and break the system effectively and then deal with that on Monday.
But yes, there we go.
It was good. Really good experience. Really good. Any more come on through?
Well, we've got a couple of people in the office.
Real life people.
We've got real lifers. Hang on. I think it's just...
Trick-or-treating. We just don't live in the same world we used to. Yeah. So many horror stories. That's true, actually. I hadn't even thought about stranger danger when it comes to Halloween.
We've got greedy children. Those children that just take all the sweets.
Shout out to the greedy kids.
Tricks that go a bit too far. throwing eggs at people's houses and cars and things like that.
That's the fun side of Halloween. Like, if you're going to do something like that, at least egg someone you don't particularly like. No, I'm not talking about actually egging them. Their property, not them.
And then like 15, 16-year-olds in tracksuits and a mask trying to trick or treat. It's just like, nah.
Oh, yeah. Like, yeah.
far.
If I honestly think if you're out of primary school, come on now.
You shouldn't be doing it.
Get a job at like the local post office and then buy your own sweets. don't be going around asking the neighbours for sweets.
But yes, let us know. This comes out the day before Halloween. So Thursday is actually Halloween. So if there's any more Room 101s for Halloween, let us know.
We're definitely going to
chat about them.
We're definitely going to miss things off.
Oh, 100%. But what I think we could do, can we do a Room 101 that's like the other way around? So things we love about Christmas.
No, we're going to do Room 101. We're going to put things in Room 101 for Christmas.
Oh, no, there's nothing.
No, Christmas is getting it. There's lots of things I think for Christmas I could shove in there.
Okay.
I mean, one of my biggest ones, I don't think you'll get my top three, so I'm going to say it now because it's somewhat relevant to now, but going for Room 101 is people who put Christmas decorations up before Halloween.
Oh, we've got one of them near us, haven't we?
We have.
It's full on as well. It's not even like a little wreath. It is like there's a full Christmas tree in the garden. All the lights are up.
And
it does make me smile.
I swear to God that appeared 2 weeks ago.
It makes me smile every time I drive past it, but I do in my head also think this is even a bit early for me.
It was almost in September when it went up.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. It could have still been 20 degrees when they were getting the lights down and getting ready.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
That's a bit much for me.
Okay, so we'll do a Christmas Room 101 as well. Let us know your Halloween Room 101s as well.
That's something you do Halloween as well. I always find it interesting how much people get into Halloween. 'Cause some people, I feel like Halloween's like Marmite.
Yeah.
Or maybe not Marmite. 'Cause some people, it's like you love it or hate it. You either love it or you just completely ignore it.
It's like, yeah.
Because I guess also because it's Bonfire is quite close to it. And I've always grown up, I always preferred Bonfire way more than Halloween. We always used to go to, like, there was a massive field near where I grew up and they always do like a big, you've been to, where they've got all the food stalls and the theme park. And then
Always late.
No, they're not always late. That was that 1 year. And you missed it because you had to go to the toilet.
Right, I needed a wee and it was about to start. So 20 minutes later, I was like, I'm actually going to wee myself and I'm going to have to go to the toilet.
I know the moment you step foot in there.
The second I sat down on the toilet, I was like, are you fucking joking? So that was cross. I was cross.
That's good. I enjoy fireworks. I like fireworks. I know a lot of people who put fireworks into Room 101.
Yeah.
And I get it. We've got dogs and one of our dogs, absolutely, bless her socks, hates fireworks.
No, she didn't this time.
She does hate
If you're not in the house with her, she does. You're in the house.
We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do on the night of Bonfire Night at ours, because we have a display like right next to our house because we back onto a park.
Our youngest one just likes to sit and watch them. Her little head tilts every time they're...
Because she's psychotic.
Yeah, she's a bit of a strange dog, actually. Never so much, though.
But no, our oldest absolutely despises it. She thinks we're getting shelled.
I think she's a bit better now. She's got the younger one. I think she's like, oh, okay, we can do this.
Sacrifice her.
Yeah, take this one, not me.
But I enjoy fireworks. And I get it from like animals' perspective and it causes reluctance. And I do 100% get it. I just enjoy it. And some people are like, oh yeah, but you could do like
violent ones or a drone light.
A drone display. But how much would a drone display? Where do I even get one of those from? It's like I can buy some fireworks for a few £100. Where the hell am I getting a drone display from? Or silent fireworks?
I'm already thinking about what's going in Christmas Room 101. Some of them are really hypocritical because we do it every year. So I'm not going to tell you now. I'm just waiting until December.
Do you know what? I already have my major one that you're going to hate.
Go on then.
No, I'm not going to say
it. Go on, say it. Go on, sneak peek. See if anyone's got to the end of the podcast episode.
Cliffhanger it.
Go on.
I'll whisper it to you.
Okay. Get out.
I knew that would upset you. I wonder if the mics pick that up.
I hope so.
I hate them. Absolutely hate them. And you love it. But I can't think of one I've ever enjoyed. There you go. That's a bit of a cliffhanger for a few months.
Right. I am really struggling to talk now. Okay. My mouth ulcers are starting to fight back.
Have we got a Friday episode coming out this week?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Depends if I could talk a bit more.
It might come late on Friday.
It might come late on Friday, but...
And then you've got to record Mondays because you've been a bit rubbish with your diary recently. It's looking bare. Cobwebs when you open it next time.
In my defence...
Your immune system
I could not have sat and talked early this week. It was End of last week, I was in so much pain. It actually got to the point we finished really late on Friday night because we were setting up for a Halloween event. I just got home and I burst into tears. And then I cried at the pharmacy on Saturday morning. It was a bit of a rough 24 hours for me.
And you bumped into a former colleague at the
And I was like, "Ugh." Anyway, that is us done. Happy Halloween for Thursday, everybody. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Eat loads of sweets. Be safe.
Or don't, or just ignore it.
And watch Halloween Town because it'll make you smile. Bye.
All right, bye.